Hello and welcome back to OmniWorld. The last time we were here, we were working on our Patreon building. I like this, man. I'm very, very happy with this. I'm very happy with this whole place in general. There's still so much to be done, but I feel like it's coming along very nicely. Today's episode is going to be very different. I had a couple of ideas, and there's actually one big thing that I really want to work on. So I'm going to run over there now. I'm going to kind of explain what I want to do and show you what I'm talking about. And then we're going to do something completely different. A lot is going on with me right now. And you will notice that this week especially, or as in next week, the upcoming week, I'm so busy for the next week or two. Long story short, I got a very big promotion at work. I'm now the general manager of the store that I work in, which is absolutely awesome, but it means time is non-existent anymore. We're extremely short-staffed due to people leaving, which has opened this opportunity for me, but I'm now working 6 or 7 days a week for the next few weeks, and that's just being in store. I've got so much more stuff to be doing out of store. I don't have much time at all to be recording, so today's episode has to be short for that reason. I say short, it might not be short, but it won't be quite as crazy as normal. And then for the rest of this week, you may find there might not be much of anything. I'm going to do what I can. Hopefully this is only going to be a week or two until I can get back on track. But yeah, so things are going to be a little bit different at the moment. Apparently I'm flying. My bad. Okay, so this stuff here. Now, we spoke last time about this crane area, and I said about exporting things and how we need to have somewhere to actually export it from. Now, I've settled on the idea that spaceships are a bad idea. We won't go with that. We are going to go with the whole boat idea. So I brought myself down here, and this place is really, really nice. Now, something that I don't do enough is move away from what I'm building. We're actually going to move away today, which is going to be kind of nice. We've spent all of our time in here, and we don't really have anything else going. So I'm going to start something down here. Now, you'll see this wall here has been carved out. I've got a really cool idea for this, and this is actually what I really wanted to do today. But it's not going to be quite as possible as I thought. So I'm going to work on this in pieces as I can throughout the week whenever I get the chance. And then at the end of the week, hopefully I'll be able to record a proper episode of this, and we'll finish up pieces. I'll show you what I've been doing, and it will all be really, really cool. But I want to kind of dock port town here, so I'm going to have a sort of raised platform that arcs around here, and there's going to be some sort of buildings and stuff built into the mountain. It's going to be really, really cool. I've got a big open area here. Now let me move over here because everything looks so much cooler from here. This goes right out to what looks like an ocean. I haven't really explored actually that far, but it looks kind of like an ocean from here. So I'm thinking of getting a nice little boat in here, maybe a cargo ship or something. And that's going to tie into all of these things and all the cool stuff that's going on. But this area over here, this is unintentionally because I didn't really want to do anything with this. But it really caught my eye. Now, this place looks really, really cool for what could be a second town that we start working on. To be honest, the terrain is already laid out really nicely. It's actually what drew me to it. If we come up here, you'll notice that this bit kind of arcs. And as you come up, I hate these things. Ever since that Aptera episode, I hate these things. I could spend hours at the end farm just killing them because I hate them so much. You want to know how much? That much. This is how much I hate them. That much. Anyway, but this is what I'm thinking could be our sort of second project. It's very, very dark, so there's a lot of mobs coming to get me, so I won't spend too long here. But what I'm thinking is we'll get a couple of little buildings around here, and this will kind of be an extension of the port town. Now, this town here is going to be kind of run down, and I think the biggest challenge I'm going to have, and what's probably going to actually be the most fun, is that I won't be using the normal blocks I use. Everything I build is oak and or dark oak or spruce and bricks. The sound in my headphones is so delayed because my sound card's playing up, and I thought there was another creeper behind me, but there isn't. It's fine. I won't be able to do that down here. Not only because it would be too samey, but these blocks don't really ask for it. So I think that's going to be really, really cool figuring out a way to do that. I'm thinking a lot of acacia is going to go on down here. Maybe some red sandstone. Is that in 1.8 or is that 1.9? I'm sure that's 1.8. I don't even know anymore. It must be because it came with a mesa, right? To be honest, that probably is it right over there, red sand. That was a really silly thing. Whoa. Okay, something popped up on my computer and I just said no. Hopefully I haven't disappeared and died and stuff. But yeah, that's really what I want to do is get a little town going here and work on that. That's my real plan. That's what I want to be doing. However, today we are going somewhere very different. Well, not very different. Through the floor, apparently. We've been here before. You guys probably remember this. Ooh, we have some new people to go and follow. Observe. We built the little place down there. Where's the sign at? Where is it? I know it's here somewhere. This is the one. We built this place not too long ago, and it's cool. I'm very happy with this. I think it looks quite cool. It's still kind of overshadowed by everything down here because it's all large scale cool stuff. But I'm still very happy with it. I think it's nice. It's a nice little place. But yeah, I want to work on the interior. Now, apart from any block that isn't stone and oak wood, one thing I don't do a lot of and I'm not very good at is interior. All of my builds either don't have an interior or they have a workbench and a furnace. That's about as far as I get. Now, you may remember we did start on this. I tore it all down because I've been watching a lot. I've been trying to learn a lot about interior because it's one thing I'm not very good at, and I've got a lot of cool tips that I really want to try and put into practice today. So that's what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do now is cut away. I'm going to try and get the walls in. I'm going to try and have a little look. I'm going to divide this place up how I like it. I've already kind of got an idea of what I want to do. And then I'll bring you back and I'll try and explain what I've learned and why it works and what's cool about it. So yeah, I'll see you in a second. All right, well, I've kind of got the shape laid out fine. Deciding on walls and floor was kind of difficult. I'm happy with the dark oak now. I like dark oak and I know it goes well with this stuff. This was kind of a gamble, this cyan clay stuff, but I think it works really nicely. I don't know what it is. It's got a really nice, the color and how flat this is gives it quite a modern feel, but I kind of like it. And I think this is going to turn out quite well. The ceiling, of course, hasn't been done, but that's fine. That's fine. The first thing we're going to do now, this is something I've learned, is framing the place out properly. Now, before we kind of just put up lines where I thought maybe they would go. This time I've worked things out a little bit better than that. So we're splitting this into equal sections. We're going to have a little entrance section, then we're going to have 2 rooms, and these are both 4 wide. So that's the first thing I want to do, is get the framing in. Now, splitting up the room like this really helps. One thing that's really difficult in terms of detail inside of a place. Now, detail when you're building an actual building, the outside of a building or a wall or something like that, detail is much easier when it's bigger because you can add a lot more depth and you can really get some cool things going on. When it's smaller, it's kind of hard to add depth without being too extreme. So for example, if you have a very small place, we're not on a bad scale here, but things like this are difficult because if we go back one, or if we shrunk everything in one, you can have a very small inside. But when you come to doing the actual interior, it's nice to have a smaller room because you don't have to use so much. Now, one of the problems I found I had is with the larger rooms is I'd have a row of oak logs and maybe a furnace or a little crafting bench in there, but there's a lot of space to fill, and there's a lot of blocks, don't get me wrong, but there's not too much you can use. So splitting things up into rooms and sections, I think really helps. So that's really the first thing that I wanted to do with this, is get the whole place framed out and set up ready for me to install the walls. Now the walls, I probably will go with a very similar style to what we've got up here, just so it all matches. But I'm going to plan that a little bit more. This episode will kind of be jumping back and forwards like we're doing now, and running in figures of 8. So I'm gonna kind of figure out a little bit more of this, and we'll be back. All right, well, that's done. Now, some simple framing and some pieces of wood has made this place look quite a lot different. One thing I really didn't think I'd like, and I don't know why I even tried it, is this acacia wood for a ceiling. I really like this. It's a really strange, like, little pop of color, but I think it does a lot. I think maybe one of the reasons why I haven't really liked acacia is because of how bright it is. And you know, when it's out in the light, it is very orange. There is very orange, but when you have it surrounded by dark wood and it's in a dark place, it loses a lot of the saturation. And I find this a lot nicer to look at. But now it is probably the fun bit, but also the bit I find most difficult. That's throwing all this stuff places. And that's just finding places for this. Now, pretty much my whole idea with this is just to be just put things in different places. I think the activated rails and the powered rails look a little bit better on top of here in terms of making like a cooker or something, but that's what we've got. That's what we're going to go with for now. So let's keep placing things and let's see how we feel about this. I don't know about this. maybe this wasn't such a great idea, putting these up top. I've just realized that it puts a really big dark line there. I think what we're going to need to do is get some of these in. But these will do fine for cupboards. These will do fine for cupboards. I think the whole idea with this stuff is not to be too exact. I could do with some color there, actually. Maybe let's try these guys. It's not to, I mean, obviously I'm kind of worrying a little bit, but not to worry too much about where things are going. Just kind of go with it, you know, just kind of have things in places like this. It will help make the place, you know, feel lived in and used. Let's see what we can do with these. Can we get a couple of these along there? We can do. That makes this an absolute waste of time, so maybe we don't do that. I've just realized what a waste this is going to be because I don't have any silk touch. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. So yeah, let's figure that side out then. With that, we can go with more of these guys. I don't want to break this because I don't have enough space to put stuff. This is a bit of a problem. Do you know what? This is just going to become a bit of a mess and it's going to be kind of awkward because this stuff's going to be fairly random and just me stepping back and hitting stuff. So another cut and we'll see how it looks. All right, I am for now happy. I think this has gone okay. There's definitely a few things I can improve on and a few things, just little tips and cool things you can make out of things that aren't really things. I've said the word things a lot, but yeah, I think I'm okay with this. At least this is what we're going to leave it as this time around anyway. So let me just take you inside and we'll have a little look around so you can see what I mean about just adding things as you go. We've got some item frames and carpets are great, man. Carpets add a lot of color. There's a gap. I've just learned something the hard way. We have a tree chopping plugin. I don't have any more logs, do I? Oh, no, we have a tree chopping plugin on this server so that when you hit the bottom of a tree, it will just cut the whole thing down for you. It saves a lot of time. It's just something small. It's really, really awesome. We just installed a new one, which I found out doesn't really take into account whether a player's placed the logs. So when I attached this leaf to it and then decided to move one of these from over here, it took down every single dark oak log it was attached to. So I've just been trying to put them back and I've clearly missed some, but I'll fix that in a second. I will also get rid of this. But yeah, carpets are a really awesome thing. A flower pot, that's not quite what I meant to do. Flower pots are also really, really good just to throw around. They really add some details and some cool stuff. I don't know what it is about flower pots. They look right. They just look right, no matter where I put them. Even here, it just feels right. I've got a lot of paintings going on as well, and this is the jukebox. I don't know why this is up. Again, I don't know why a lot of this has happened. It's just kind of happened, and it feels right. But we got our ugly sweater and our Christmas hat and stuff as well, and a little chest. I realized as well, as I was finishing this place, I only had one chest, and that was because it was here in the first place. I didn't actually add any chests, but it's okay. Do you know what? It's okay. I'm kind of happy with this, and do you know what? More than anything, doing the interior was fun because it's not something I'm very good at. I learned about the acacia wood. That's been the real thing I've learned. I'm probably going to take away from this. I really like this color against this dark wood in this situation. It's so saturated in low light, and I don't think this is even low enough. This isn't. Here's low enough for someone to spawn. But we can fix that really simply. Maybe just some glowstone behind the painting or something like that. That's all it would take. Oh, I'm thinking secret hideout. Don't ever check there if you come on here, just in case it's a secret hideout. But yeah, this is what we're going to leave it with. So again, I know this video has been kind of short. Probably not ultra exciting because we didn't build something too crazy, but it was a lot of fun. I learned some things. And I just really want to get something out for you guys because I know this next week's going to be very, very short. If I get the chance, there will be some Minecraft story mode or possibly some Walking Dead. Depends what I feel like, but there's a good chance there might not be anything till the weekend. And I feel terrible about it because you guys have been so awesome lately. You guys have really, really been doing your thing and it's been so cool. And I don't want to just give you nothing. So I'm going to, at least you have this to kind of go with, you know? I just want to get something out there for you. So yeah, I do hope you did enjoy this. And like I said, I'm going to try and spend some time on that other area. And anything I get done, we'll go into an episode for next weekend. Next weekend should be okay. I should be able to sort that out. But yeah, during the week, it might be a little bit quiet. I know not everyone watches this series. So if you see anybody else about that is wondering what's going on, that's what's going on. And yeah, if you did enjoy it and you're excited about the future of all of this stuff, do go ahead, hit the like button, do all the other things that there are to do. And yeah, I'll see you next time.